Happy November 24th, 2020. My name is Christopher Saunders, and this is the Connecticut Sports Talent Show, where we talk all things talents in Connecticut. And on today's show, I'm pleased to have the Notre Dame West Haven senior quarterback, Patrick Schreck. Pat, great to have you on, man.
Happy to be here.
Pat, I think first and foremost, before we talk about kind of what is the present and potentially of having spring football, I want to go back to the fall. Now, just in your team in particular, because I know each team dealt with the situation differently. For you, how was it going through the waves of we're going to play? No, you're not. Oh, no, we're going to, but now you have to do this. And now we're going to pause. And then now the football season was at least for 11 on 11 canceled.
Yeah, I think the waves of it was definitely the toughest part of it all. Just the highs and the lows. But we're all lucky to have a team that we just stuck through it and kept grinding.
As a senior, how was it for you and the rest of your senior class? Because I'm sure a lot of you were probably feeling the same way you are, which is, I don't want it to end like this. Selfishly, I need film so I can get it out there to the coaches, but also too, I want to spend my last, couple games, season with my brothers who I've been with for 2, 3, 4+ years.
Yeah, I mean it was tough to hear that our season was canceled, especially our senior year. But we're just hoping for a spring season at this point.
As the seniors, did you guys kind of stay together during all this? I'm sure you're close with a lot of the guys on the team, but particularly for the seniors, because you've been around them since you were a freshman or, so on. Were you guys kind of the ones maybe being a little bit more closer and just trying to get each other through what was a very, very tough situation?
Yeah, I mean, we were pretty much together every day as it was, even if we didn't have practice or lifting or whatever it was. So we were there for each other when everything was
Mm-hmm.
getting canceled and restarted. So
Now, how, as far as the coaching staff is concerned, how was that as far as them relaying information to you about what was going on with the season and such?
I mean, I know it was tough for the coaches because they also had no clue, but
Mhm.
whenever whenever our coach heard anything, he would tell us right away in the text. So
No, that's good though. I think again, it's hard to be able to communicate something that even the coaches had no idea what was going on. And I think, at the end of the day, being able to have both the staff and the players at least on the same page can help each other get through. And, even, another question I have is kind of looking at the landscape of when the decision was made as far as canceling 11 on 11, but there would be 7 on 7. What was your guys' first response?
I mean, our response was, although it's not football, we still want to do it, and we obviously felt bad for the linemen, but they understood and they supported us through that. So
And as a quarterback, again, it's something, it's better than nothing. I mean, I'm of the mindset that you can get the most out of something if you are fully into it. And for a quarterback, I understand you're not getting the pressure, you're not really having to read defenses, but there are some things that you can take out of 7 on 7. No?
yeah, it's definitely the best way to practice without hitting, basically. So I enjoyed it.
Was there anything particularly that you took out of the 7 on 7 competitions that if there is a spring season or if you have an opportunity to play college football, that is something that you can use going forward?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think I learned a lot. I mean, it was my first, whatever you want to call it, season of being the starting quarterback. So I think I learned a lot from those 3 games.
And what did you learn in particular? Anything that you can think of off the top of your head?
Um, Definitely taking the easier throws. I know my coach would agree with me on that.
Now you said this would have been your first season starting as the quarterback, correct?
Yep.
So when did you, I guess I didn't even ask you this, so it's a good thing we're getting to this. When did you become a varsity player?
I mean, I've been a backup for 2 years to Jackson Zielinski, so this would have been my first year as a starter.
So you must have been before all of this happened. I'm sure you were as soon as the the last season ended, your junior year, I'm sure you were chomping at the bit thinking, I'm going to prepare, do everything possible. And then COVID strikes. And then obviously we know the rest is history.
Yeah, I mean it hurt a lot, but you know, just kept grinding.
Mentally, I mean, just seeing how kind of how you're responding and just kind of, how you're going about it, it doesn't seem like it really took much of a toll on you, but did as far as both knowing how much work assuming you put in a lot to prepare for this season, potential season, and then with the stress of not knowing if there was going to be one in COVID and everything, how are you and how were you mentally?
It was weird because I didn't really know what to think. I mean, I was mad and sad, but I have a lot of guys around me that are there to pick me up, so I'm blessed for that.
Was there, because I know certain players that I've had and I've talked to, away from the interview process have told me like there were times where they really were in, a dark place. They were very concerned just about numerous things, which is 100% understandable. For you, did you ever reach that point? Or like you mentioned, you had your brothers, you had your family, you had people that you could reach out to so you could avoid getting to that level.
Yeah, I mean, there were definitely nights where it was hard to sleep, and just thinking about that, that might have been the last time I put the green and gold jersey on. That was tough, but I mean, we really have a great team and great guys around me and great coaches, so I was lucky.
I think we all hope that there is going to be a spring season. I know it's supposed to start, and again, this is hinging on winter sports because are they only going to play a month? Because football is supposed to start in March, I think, and April 17th or 19th. You guys should have 4 games amongst that. But the whole concern about is winter going to play? Are they not going to play? Where are the cases going to be? I almost feel like for you guys and for the coaching staffs all around Connecticut, you're probably not even so much concerned as far as are we going to play or not. We're just going to prepare until they tell us, all right, it's not going to happen, or oh, it is going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, we've lost all feelings that we could have, no matter what decision comes out. So we're just going to keep grinding.
It's almost like I think you guys know I think you know the phrase like beating a dead horse. It's like it's at the point where it's like you guys have been thrown, dragged, whatever through the mud so much you can't get any more muddy. You're basically all muddy as is.
Exactly. That's exactly how I would describe it.
But hey, man, I really do appreciate you coming on. I do have a couple more questions for you. One in particular is kind of looking at you in your college career. I know obviously this would have been your first season, so you would have had at the time a whole lot of film to be able to show to coaches. But now with potentially not having a season and only having a few games from the 7-on-7, how difficult is that for you to be able to show that to college coaches?
I mean, yeah, it's tough to not have anything to prove myself. I mean, I have 2 games of 7-on-7 film, but that's about it. But I'm really lucky to have my coach talk to college coaches about me, and he knows what I bring to the table because I had a great guy in front of me, Jackson. So yeah, I'm just really lucky to have 3 offers and not really have film right now.
That's awesome. And, congratulations on those 3 offers. I guess kind of piggybacking off of what you said about what you can offer and your coaches trying to give that information out to various coaches. What can you offer as a quarterback? Because I know there are quarterbacks who, like Russell Wilson, he can do it all. Patrick Mahomes can do it all. Then you have the pocket guys like Tom Brady and so on. So for you, are you kind of in between? Are you one or the other? What are you?
I think I'm definitely more of a pocket passer. I'm 6'5", 220, and I think I have a pretty big arm. So I mean, I can get 6 yards for you if we need it, but I definitely stay in the pocket more.
God bless you. 6'5", 220. I wish I was above 6 foot. I'm only 5'11". But hey, that's good though, because you got to think about it. The way the game is changing, because I'm sure you watch college and pro football. The way the game is changing now and how it's becoming more of a passing league, the college game really kind of pushing itself into the NFL game. If you have a strong arm And like you said, you're 6'5", you're already built. You can take the hits. And, you mentioned how you're more of a pocket guy. If you were to kind of roll out, do you have the understanding of, okay, I need to get down here because you're strong, you're big, but you don't want to take too many hits?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's all part of playing football. I mean, I don't really mind laying my shoulder down either because I'm bigger than most people out in the field, but
You might be
I don't
bigger than
mind
most
it.
linebackers.
Say that again?
You might be bigger than most linebackers.
Yeah, yeah. Some of
But hey, man, that's great. I got one more question for you, real quick, for because various coaches will be watching this when I post this and such. As far as because I'm sure you want to try to get as many offers as possible. If a coach was to email you or message you and say, "Oh," or "Oh, have you considered just throwing it out here about maybe switching positions?" Or, "Oh, you would be a backup for the first 2 years, for example," or anything amongst that. What would your reaction be?
I mean, I just want to play football. So if I have to be the backup for 2 years or, only play 1 year, I'm okay with it. I don't want my football career to be over. So, if I had to move positions, I would. I'd rather not. But
So give me right now, before I let you go, give me your best selling point. How can just if you could sell yourself to a coach, how would you do it? Give me your best selling point right here.
that's tough. I'm definitely a hard worker and I can definitely throw the ball, but I don't want to hype myself up too much.
Very modest, not very cocky, but I'm sure on the field, and I have not had an opportunity to be able to watch you play on the field, but I'm sure that the makings are there. You seem like a good kid. I wish you nothing but the best of luck. Hopefully the offers can keep coming, and you'll have an opportunity to be able to pick a school that you can feel comfortable with for the next 4 years.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
No problem. That'll wrap things up here in the Connecticut Sports Talent Show. So until next time, stay safe. Remember, CT stands for Connecticut Talent, and I'm on a journey to find them all. Have a good one, everybody, and be well.